village development, you need the support of the stakeholders. After getting it, you can also submit a project proposal for Unnat Bharat Abhiyan and other funding agencies. Once the proposals are accepted and grants are released, you can implement the program, and periodically you have to monitor and evaluate the work of the program so that we can visibly see what is the development in a village. So this is expected from every participating institution under Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. Now, simultaneously, you can find that in India, Unnat Bharat Abhiyan has been introduced with the 5 major themes, and another one is convergence. For achieving the objectives of all the 5 major themes, you can use the opportunity available with the existing government schemes and the programs. That is very clearly it is stated in the Unnat Bharat Abhiyan website. Now we are having a program which is also a pan-India program covering in 28 states and 115 districts in India. That is called Aspirational District Program. What is it? What is the Aspirational District Program? Actually, in 2016, UNDP's Human Development Index shows that India is ranked 131 out of 188 countries. So it shows that our human development status is very, very poor. While going to the report, the authorities, they found that there are vast differences in the living standards of the people among the states and within state among the districts, like that. So a high level of heterogeneity in the growth factors. So Government of India thought that by uplifting the particular district, which has shown relatively lesser progress in achieving key social outcome, India can move ahead in the Human Development Index. That is the objective behind it. So Prime Minister of India, Honorable Prime Minister of India, launched this program in January 2018. That is called Aspirational District Program. Before that, Honorable Prime Minister also had a detailed discussion with the district collectors online. So the focus of this Aspirational District Program is on these 5 areas. One is health and nutrition. Second one is education. Third one is agriculture and water resources. Fourth one is financial inclusion and skill development. And another one, fifth one is basic infrastructure. So what is the weightage? All the focus areas that is there, 30%, 30%, 20%, 10%, like that. Suppose one particular area has achieved the objective of this program on health and nutrition. Suppose they have to meet the requirements of 13 indicators. So like that, for each and every focus area, indicators has been developed and it is available in online. We will also see that. So the approach of this program is to make it a mass movement at district level, so that the entire district will be kindled to act accordingly to achieve the objectives of the program. The core strategy is, though the program is a Government of India initiative, but the states are main drivers of this program. It is working on the strength of each district. So it is not a ready-made program. The program must be tailor-made based on the strength of the program, I mean the district. So wherever the things are very, very gray, wherever the growth factors are very, very low, so we have to identify those areas and work on those areas, and we have to make them as a catalyst for development. Periodically, we have to measure and rank the district to spur the sense of competition. So the district as such, entire persons, every individual in a particular district, they should feel that yes, we must become, or we must be elevated as a best district in the state. The Virudhunagar people must feel that we must be elevated as best district in the state. And the Ramanathapuram people must feel that we must be elevated as the best district in the state. Like that, they should also feel that we must be elevated as a best district in the at the national level. Like that, some sort of aspiration must be there with every individual. That's a core strategy of this program. So, for example, as of day today, January 2020, as on January 2020, Virudhunagar district, in the core focus areas are there: health and nutrition, education, agriculture, water resources, financial inclusion, basic infrastructure. So the rank at all India level among 115 districts, Virudhunagar, you are in 101st, under one status. As far as education is 33 position, agriculture, water resources 63rd position, financial inclusion 69th position, and basic infrastructure 66th position. So every month from district data is uploaded, and this website, that website is Champions of Change. You can also go to this website. You can find that what is the rank in 2018 the particular district was having, what is the rank now the district is having. So 2016, from 2016, whether is there any improvement or is there or not. Like that, you can identify with this Champions of Change website. So as of now, Virudhunagar is there in 106th Delta rank as of January 2020. As far as Ramanathan are concerned, they are in 86th rank as far as Delta rank is concerned. But there are variations within the parameters. So now come down to UBA. UBA, you are having good exposure on the field as well as on the themes. We are having organic farming, water management, renewable energy, artisans livelihood, basic amenities, and convergence. To achieve all these 5 themes, we can use the projects available with the convergence, that is with the state government program and the central government program. In between, one side UBA, another side aspiration program, another side we are committed to achieve sustainable development goals by 2030, because India is also one of the country which is committed for achievement of these goals. From Millennium Development Goal, now we have come for SDG, Sustainable Development Goal. We are having 17 goals. For all these 17 goals, you can find that indicators for each and every goal. For no poverty means by 2020, we have to see that in particular area there is no poverty. Like that, we have to declare. What is the indicator to declare that area is not, nobody is there, or no individual family is affected by poverty? What is the indicator? That indicator is developed at the international level. Niti Aayog has localized the indicator at the national level. Our own state planning commission, they have localized the indicator at the state level. So you can visit State Planning Commission website. There also you can find that what is the indicator for each and every goal that we have discussed here in the recently held roundtable conference at Gandhigram. Majority of you have also attended the program. Another, as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, we have another program that is called Tamil Nadu State Balanced Growth Fund. Again, in 2013, government of Tamil Nadu, they found that the growth of districts, again, there are a lot of variations, because within the district, there are a lot of variations in the growth among the blocks, revenue blocks. So they thought that now let us, instead of focusing at the state level or at district level, let us focus from the point of view of block. So they invested a program called Tamil Nadu State Balanced Growth Fund, and out of this also they are pumping money for the development of these areas, that is a poverty, unemployment, per capita income, health, education, and gender. Here also, friends, the total objective is to improve the status of human development health index as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned. This is the purpose. So SDG is also aiming for better health, better status, better human conditions, State Growth Fund is also aiming for that, and our UBA is also aiming for that, and Aspirational District Program is also aiming for that. All the programs are aiming for better human development index as far as particular area is concerned. So now my thought is like this: as a Unnat Bharat Abhiyan team, uh, how best we can use these opportunities? Say, for example, Virudhunagar. Suppose here is Kalasalingam University. Just you put a dot. Here is a Kalasalingam University. Here is another college. Here is another college, UBA participant. Like that, you just put a dot. You link all the dots. Then that dot will show you as a Virudhunagar district. So the entire district is under your control right now. So if you feel that you can bring some improvement, definitely you can do it. So there are government schemes. Government is also helping us. So how best we can use all these schemes to achieve our objectives? So on that aspect only, I devised this idea and requested Kalasalingam UBA team to go ahead with this program. Now see, for example, our UBA team is there. Organic farming, water management, renewable energy, artisans, industries and livelihood, basic communities. Our aspirational district program areas are there. So suppose you take organic farming, aspirational area district program, trust area 3 will cover. Water management, here also 3 will cover. Artisans, industry livelihood, ADB 4, core area 4 will cover. 1 to 5, 1 to 4 and 5 will cover in the amenities also. So we are not away from the objective of aspirational district program. Suppose you are taking sustainable development goals, there are 17 goals. In the 17 goals, directly you can contribute for goal number 1 and 2, 6, 7, 1, 3, 4, 5 and 10. You can directly contribute. Sustainable goals, State Bank's Growth Fund also, they are having key parameters. That is, you can directly contribute for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 is possible. So, suppose you are taking Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, all the 5 teams, or ADP 5 areas, or SDG 17 goals, or SBGF 6 parameters. All the parameters, goals, areas, and themes are interrelated. They're not separate watertight compartments. They are interrelated. When you want to achieve addressing the problem related to poverty, you have to attend the work related to agriculture. You have to attend the related to artisans and the basic communities, and you cannot escape from other areas. So everything is interrelated. So keeping this in mind, how best we can address these issues in our adapted village. Suppose in our one particular village, you could be able to achieve the targets related to organic farming, which is related to ADP or SDG or SBGO. You can convey the message with the district authorities. So you can declare that particular area as achieved sustainable development goals in organic farming, or ADP in a particular area, but no poverty. Like that, you can declare particular village on the particular focus area. For that, district authorities will be helpful for you. Friends, I am telling you another thing. There is a circular inviting representation from almost all corners, authorities, by the circular issue issued by State Planning Commission. They want to have sustainable development goals still at district level also. So suppose you are contributing for the development of SDG in one particular area, you can also develop a report on that and you can submit to the State Planning Commission. Sir, we have submitted, we have done this work in our area, and this work satisfy the requirements of the goals in the SDG, the goal number 1, or ADP, focus area 3, like that, or SBG of focus area 1, 2, 3. So definitely your name will be given space in the district cell of the SDG. I'm telling another one area also. All these ADP, SDG, and state balanced growth fund are all monitored by the State Planning Commission as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned. So it is a rare opportunity for all of us. How we can go ahead with this all these programs? How best we can link our Unnat Bharat Abhiyan with the support available with the other groups. As far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, now the Tamil Nadu State Planning Commission has been renamed as State Development Policy Council. The work is going on 23/4/2020. They issued a GO also. So hereafter, State Planning Commission will be named as State Development Policy Council. So the GO has been issued on 23/4/2020. So ADP, SDG, and SBGF are monitored by this council. So whatever the work you are doing at village level, you can take your work and outcome of the work to the authorities of this council, so that your name, your institution name will be figured out at a state level and national level. And say, come for example, how you can formulate a project. Now you are having a very good exposure on the topography of your village, adapted village. You can see that in all the 4 areas, either UBA or ADG or SDG, SBF, you can see that poverty is the main area. So this problem has been existing quite a long time. We are addressing the issues from different point of view, but still the problem is continuing. So now what is required is you have to find out, you have to go for innovative solutions and with the support of the technology. So without technology, nothing can move right now. So even now, we instead of having a direct seminar class, now we are having online series. So now this is the order of the day. So how best we can use the technology? Once you are identifying this technology will be useful for addressing this particular issue in my particular adapted village, you have to validate your proposal with the other experts. Fortunately, in 10 districts, we have good number of people with our Unnat Bharat Abhiyan team itself. You can use these experts' opinion on formulating your own project proposal. Then you can submit to the UBA with the cost, what are the schemes you are going to link with that, everything. And more than that, whenever you are submitting your proposal to the Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, now 2 things are asked by them. One is whether you are getting feedback from the people in your adopted villages, whether your adopted village people are interested in this program. So what is required is whenever you are submitting a proposal, the acceptance of the proposal from Panchayat, a letter must be. So they are not asking explicitly, UBA is not asking explicitly, but their expectation is like this. So whenever now you are submitting a proposal, you get support from Unnat Bharat, village panchayat of your adopted village, and submit that letter along with your proposal. That is more important. So people's feedback must be there on the proposal. Then you have to discuss with the district authorities also on linking your proposal with the other development schemes. Then funding opportunity will emerge. What are the opportunity for funding? You know very well that every college that is as a participating institution, you are getting 10,000 rupees per village. So 5 village means 50,000 rupees you are getting, and that is for awareness survey and visits to that particular village. Then now you are submitting a proposal, you will be getting 1 lakh rupees per proposal for technology development and 50,000 for customization of already available technology. So apart from these 3 funds, now they have kind other areas that is called perennial assistance fund for multiple development work. That is 1,75,000. I mean 1,75,000 for a selected PAs. And suppose you are drawing support from other schemes and programs, out of total funds you are drawn for particular village, 10% will be incentivized to you for your developmental work. That fund is totally free, and you can and your college and you can decide how you can utilize these funds. So this is it. Again, suppose you are saying all this 1 lakh rupee or 10,000 rupees or 1 lakh or 50,000 rupees or 1.75 lakhs or this 10%. UBA is giving you a broader guidelines. They are not restricting anything. They are giving only broader guidelines. So it is not just like NSS on particular area only you can spend like that, or any other schemes. It is not like that. It is they are giving only a broader guidelines for utilizing the funds. This is an opportunity for us to utilize the funds for the development of our village. Now, some of the friends, maybe Tanga Kasi Rajan or Dr. Ilango or Dr. Gobi, some of our friends maybe keeping in mind that already we submitted a proposal. Tanga Kasi Rajan alone has got sanctioned for 2 proposals. He has completed, and others are not still. Now they have taken initiative to organize the subject expert groups online. Instead of sending the proposal directly to the people, they are organizing the program online. So the work has been already started, because yesterday one particular person is handling the CEG proposals, that is Mr. Ajis. He phoned me. He told me that the work is already taken up. So they are clearing all the proposals online, and wherever they require some sort of discussion or detailed opinion from the PA, they have already submitted to the concerned PA. So you might have seen in your login that you got a reply, and you are submitting the. Whatever queries they have raised, you are submitting your answers for the queries. So this is the thing. It is going on right now. And earlier, whenever they submit details for you, they used to submit for us also. Now, because of this COVID and other problems, they go to the office, and they are sitting in remote areas, and from there they are operating. So even then, all the people in the Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, they are working and they are trying to solve the issues. Regularly, I am taking all your queries. Yeah, regularly I am taking all your queries to the people at the higher level. Even in the last week, Monday webinar also, there were certain queries regarding the funds available for selected work colleges under perennial assistance. That also I have conveyed the message to them. So right now, out of 175, some 800 colleges which are selected for perennial assistance, we got selected 8 colleges for Tamil Nadu. But again, it is not complete. They will be coming for field work, and after getting field work satisfactory report only, funds will be released. So it will be after Corona. So what is next opportunity? Other opportunity are institutional support. Your own institution, I am seeing, and I am appreciating all the people, those who have come to the ground and helping the needy persons during these COVID problems. Number of our PIs, their coordinator or their colleagues, or the students or their administrator, they come to the floor and they help the people to address the issues related to COVID, either by distributing food articles or groceries or some other articles for them, and helping them to get some sort of government support also for all these purposes. They worked a lot. On behalf of Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, it is my bounden duty to appreciate all the support and work done by the participating institutions with regard to COVID-19. Then suppose some of your alumni might be belong to that particular village. So you can ask your alumni, so now we are going to your village for this developmental work. Why can't help, why can't support our work? Like that, you can also ask your alumni. Then stakeholders contribution, that is some of the industries which are very close to them. or from them, from particular village, they might have promoted some industries. So they may be interested to development of that particular village. Some of the larger industries, they are having CSR funds and special projects. And say, for example, LIC of India is having a project. Suppose you are having a small number of policies in particular village school. That village school will be declared as a Bhima Gram school. That village will be declared as a Bhima Gram village. Like that, they are also having a scheme. Out of that, you can get support from the LIC of India. Then convergent possibilities. Before starting this program for the last 2 or 3 days, I was discussing. Which one, sir? Hello?
You can continue.
Before, sir?
No problem, sir. You can continue, sir.
Okay, sir. Before starting this program, I was just having a discussion with some of the good officers in the government machinery. Sir, we are going to discuss about the aspirational district program. That will be more useful for my friends at Virudhunagar and Ramanathapuram district. Then they told me that, sir, funds has been already allotted for these 2 districts and these programs. And the officers has been designated. He is a particular person, is the officer for aspirational district program, SDG and SBGF. Like that, a particular officer has been designated. And the sectors are already available, that you know. So the reports on the achievement of these, the goals are indicators related to the programs are also available in the State Planning Commission website. So you kindly go through all this thing and you ask all your PAs to visit the website of State Planning Commission and visit the district collectorate, so that the linking your Unnat Bharat Abhiyan with that these programs is not a problem, sir, like that. Majority of the officers, they opined like that. So now my request to the PAs is that try to contact your district authorities, keeping this in your mind. Try to contact who is the officer for aspirational district program, who is the officer for SDG, who is the officer for state balanced fund growth. So like that, then you can have a plan for your village. Sir, we are from this particular village. We have adopted this village for development, and this is our project proposal. So how best you can support? There are funds with the Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. Like that, you can interact with them. And suppose you are getting some fund from them, and you can also get fund from Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. Suppose you want some technical knowledge, you can also get support from our own PAs. Say, for example, Tanga Kasirajan is having experiments with the agro drone. So now drone technology has gone like anything. Now even in remote areas, people are serving the people with the drone technologies. So suppose somebody wanted to utilize the same technology, you can use the services of Tanga Kasirajan. Like that, every people are having some sort of experience in our own PAs, so we can use all these opportunities. So based on this, now try to develop a plan of action for 2020-21. Friends, before going for a plan, keep in mind that you are planning for holistic and integrated development of the village. It is not one program plan. Incorporate your support in the implementation of government schemes and programs. What are the government schemes and programs you are going to implement in your village? That you keep in mind. Enlist of the support of stakeholders, either maybe a maybe your institution, maybe some panchayat, or like that. Enlist their support. Integrate yourself with these 3 core programs: SDG, ADB, and SBGF. Then try to find innovative solutions. Don't go for any awareness program. Don't go for any routine program. Go for innovative technological solutions. Sir, I am organizing tailoring training. Just like that, don't go for all this routine program. Even suppose the area may be routine, but try to do some innovative things. You may be imparting tailoring skilled people to the people, but at the same time, what sort of innovations you are going to introduce in the tailoring training. Either it may be innovation, may be in technology, innovation may be in product, innovation may be in a process. So like that, what are the new things you are going to add with the particular training program? That is more important. Then don't do the work haphazardly. Do the work based on indicators. Indicators are already given. It is there in the website of the State Planning Commission. You need not worry about it. You get the indicators for a particular village. I am going to declare this particular village out of poverty. So for measuring poverty, what are the indicators? Whether this indicator is achieved in that particular village, like that. Try to do your work, focus your work on those indicators. Don't work haphazardly. So suppose you are working widely, haphazardly, your result cannot be measurable. So do the work with a certain plan, with the support of the stakeholders, with the support of the village panchayat. So PIs, you are having a coordinator and office for Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. Coordinator is an individual person. But whenever you are submitting a proposal, it is not a coordinator. It is a PI may be some other person. Principal investigator may also be some other person. You prepare a project, but that project must be implemented in the particular village only. You submit the proposal to the Unnat Bharat Abhiyan or state authorities or district authorities through coordinator. So the coordinators of the PI will be supported by the principal, and the principal will have a UBA executive committee, UBA advisory committee. The UBA executive committee, advisory committee, and the principal will be advising the coordinator, and the coordinator, faculty team, and the student volunteers will be the UBA. So you will be taking care of the work, field work. So some majority of the phone calls which is coming to me raising two questions. Sir, whether the students are having any credit. Sir, whether the faculty members are having any credit. Yes, everybody is having a credit. Unnat Bharat Abhiyan is working on how the Unnat Bharat Abhiyan can be linked with all ranking of the MHRD or some other ministries. Say for example, how this can be linked with the NAC, how this can be linked with the toll B status, or how this can be linked with the other programs of the government. So already All India Higher Education rank is giving mark for Unnat Bharat Abhiyan. So like that, they have already taken steps to link Unnat Bharat Abhiyan with the other government's ranking work. At the faculty level also, they have already started to work how the Unnat Bharat Abhiyan can be given credit for an individual faculty member who worked under Unnat Bharat Abhiyan program, either as a coordinator or a participant or a team member of the Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, for his promotion, for his appointment. Like that, career advancement and appointment also, now they are seriously working on it. Like that, as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, we are giving 5 marks for khaki uniform selection for NSS volunteers. Like that, Unnat Bharat Abhiyan volunteers will also be given some sort of credit for that also. Unnat Bharat Abhiyan, they have already started the work, how best we can give credit for the students. So now the 3 programs are available. The 3 programs, you can best use these 3 programs with the support of your administration. The whole purpose is how best you can develop your village.
Excuse me, sir.
So the support, normally the support from all these people for Unnat Bharat Abhiyan team is on funds, on infrastructure development, and pulling a dedicated team from your own college, that is a participating institution, and your institution commitment. Your institution, they should feel that yes, Unnat Bharat Abhiyan is doing some excellent work, like that they should feel, and for such a commitment, they should come. It should come from the Unnat Bharat Abhiyan participating institutions.
Excuse
So
me,
for
sir.
that purpose, have a regular
Sir?
interaction with these people.
Sir, Ravichandra sir, excuse me, sir.
Society. Yeah, please.
Sir, last minute, sir, we have to reinitialize our meeting, sir. After completing a meeting, we have to reinitialize the Zoom app, sir.
Okay. This is over now, right now over.
Okay, sir.
We
Okay.
can do it.
Okay, sir.
So, Unnat Bharat Abhiyan is not simply the outreach program. It can be scaled up further for holistic development. This is over. Now, again, we can start again.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Now, we can go for a starting again.
Okay. Next, we have to start again the same username as well as password, sir.
Okay. You please share the information to all the
Okay, sir.
participants.
Participants will use the same username as
Karthikeyan,
well. Sir,
Karthikeyan,
Sir, சொல்லுங்க.
it won't stop.